Hello, welcome to Brain Meet Bodies class for today. It's all about the shoulders. So much to say about the shoulders, but a little overview. The shoulders have three joints going on. So before I paid any attention to my body, when I thought of my shoulder, I just kind of thought about right here. This is my shoulder right here. But really, there's three joints. There's where the scapula, the shoulder blade, meets the ribs. There's the head of the arm bone sitting in the little glenoid fossa, it's not quite like a ball, but a little ridge for the ball to sit in. And then there's the acromial clavicular joint where the collarbone meets the top of the shoulder blade. So lots of things going on there meant for mobility, meant to give us a big range of motion. But what we really want as well is stability and strength to help keep that all under control. So strength, mobility, adaptability is what we're always going for in this type of yoga, this LYT yoga. And in addition to the joints, I just want to go over what the shoulder blades, what the shoulders do, how they move. So now when I think of shoulders, I think more about shoulder blade because that's where the movement is originating from for the whole shoulder. And what the shoulder blades do is they elevate. You shrug your shoulders up, they elevate. They depress, they go down. They upwardly rotate when we reach up and downwardly rotate to come down to neutral. They protract, meaning move away from each other, away from the spine, and they retract to come together. Okay, so we're going to work all of that range of motion with, of course, strength and integrity. So come on down to your back. We'll start as we usually do, warming up our glute muscles in a bridge pose. So if you have a block, that's a great tool. If not, no big deal. But if you have it, take it the skinnier medium way between your thighs to give your inner thighs some little wake up here, feeding into the base of your core, your pelvic floor. And then we'll start to press the thighs away, draw the belly down, squeeze around your sit bones and lift the hips just to hover off the floor. So not about getting really high here, but about opening up the fronts of the hips through the turning on those glutes behind them. And then we'll take the arms up and stretch the wrists out. So arms straight up above you like you could hold a big tray. Take your left hand to the four fingers of your right hand and pull them down. Take a breath in all directions of your ribs. And feel the core pulling in to get the air out as you fully exhale. Take another breath in and out. Keeping this out of the low back. So if you ever feel it in the low back and bridge, get a little lower. Maybe reorient your tailbone towards the top of the mat and then switch the grip. So pulling down on your left fingers now with your right hand, keeping your left arm straight, breathing in some space to the wrist, the forearm, the palm. Coming to your breath. Good, and then take the fists together. So making a universal fist, so clasping your hands, interlacing your hands, yeah? And then you want to feel that most of your back ribs are still on the floor. You're still squeezing the block. And then you're punching the knuckles towards the sky or ceiling. Feel the front ribs drawing down into the body. Feel the mid-back pressing into the floor. And then relax. Feel the shoulder blades return to the mat. And then punch, lift. Feel this protraction of your shoulder blades. And then let them settle back down. Do this one more time, pushing. So if you're a woman, like kind of right around where the bra line is, that middle of your back, pushing it down and then settling the shoulders back down. Nice. Bring the hands to the thighs. Take another breath in and then exhale, slowly control the lowering, tiptoeing the spine all the way down until you feel the weight in the sacrum at the base of your spine. Low back has that neutral arc off the floor. Take the block, if you have it, the skinny way between your knee joints. If you don't, that's totally fine. Take your hands behind your head. We'll start to warm up the deeper core muscles some more. Draw the elbows in towards each other. They're pointing up. Take a breath in. And then as you exhale, pull the front low ribs down towards the back ribs. Lift from the sternum up. And then take a little twist to the left and slice your right arm across your body. Get a little higher, reach the fingers just an inch further, and then hand behind the head, back to center, inhale and lower. Exhale and lift, pull in and down. Take a little twist to the right, and then your left arm slices across your body. Reach it a little further. Get up off that right shoulder blade. Hand behind the head, back to center. Inhale and lower. Keep squeezing the block. Exhale, pull in and down, lift. Turn an inch or two to the left. Slice your arm across, and then extend your left knee. Flex your toes towards your face. Get up a little higher. Hand behind the head, foot down, back to center. Inhale, lower. Exhale, pull in and down, lift the shoulder blades. Turn an inch or two to the right. Left arm slices across you. Reach a little further. Right leg extends. Flex the toes towards the face. Feel the left shoulder blade protracting away from the spine as you reach the left arm. Hand behind the head, back to center, foot down, inhale and lower. Exhale, pull in and down, lift. Squeeze the block, turn an inch or two to the left. Right arm slices, left leg extends, get a little higher, and then stay off the left shoulder blade as you let the left elbow start to flare out to the left. Ooh, putting more demand on that side. Bring it back in, hand behind the head, foot down, back to center, inhale, lower. Exhale and lift. Take a little twist to the right. Your left arm slices across, your right leg extends, get a little higher, and then your right elbow starts to flare out to the right, but don't let that shoulder blade come down. Elbow back in, foot down, hand behind the head, back to center, inhale, and release. Nice work. Set the block off to the side, and then just rock and roll or push off to the side and come on up for your quadruped, hands and knees. So if I haven't already said that, this style of yoga is working from the developmental patterns like a baby on its back, learns how to get on its belly, learns how to lift and crawl, and then eventually gets one foot up to stand. So right now we're in that crawling phase. We've turned on those deeper core muscles. We're ready to move bigger. Knees are snugged up underneath or a little forward of the hips. Draw the belly in. Think about your sacrum, your shoulder blades, and your skull trying to line up with one another. So drawing the front body towards the back body. Keep the left arm nice and straight, and then take the right arm out into a goalpost shape. But notice if the front of the shoulder, the head of the arm bone, is trying to droop or tilt towards the floor. So feel the shoulder blade is drawing in towards your spine to keep that head of the arm bone locked in place. And then we're just gonna add little pulses here, lifting the arm just an inch or two to feel the shoulder blade really working and drawing in towards the spine, turning on that whole shoulder complex. Keep drawing the belly and low ribs in towards the body to support the back. And then we're gonna push through the left hand to turn us open to the right, reach the right arm up, maybe let the left ear fall towards the left shoulder if that feels good on your neck. Take a breath in. And then exhale, thread the needle. So the right arm is gonna sweep underneath your chest and over to the left, palm faces up. Let the right temple come down to the floor. And then feel this right shoulder blade is moving away from the spine because you're trying to drag it back underneath you, but it doesn't actually move. So using that sort of tension to build some space around the right shoulder blade. And then push into the left hand, inhale, open back up. And then exhale, right hand down. Oh, I love a schnauzer. Left arm out to the left. You can make a fist with your hand. And again, think about the head of your arm bone staying back. And then push through the right hand to find stability. Draw the belly in. Little pulses with this left shoulder now. Lifting just an inch or two higher. Feeling that shoulder blade really working. Resisting the droop of the head down. For 3, 2, and 1. Push through the right hand, turn to the left, reach the left arm up, take a breath in. And then exhale, sweep it underneath your chest. Oh my God, there's some crazy dog poop right here. Or something. Back of the left hand comes down. Left temple comes down. It's good. It's fine. This is life, you know. It's beautiful. It's shitty. Your right hand's in front of your face. Draw your belly in. And then feel like you could drag this left arm back underneath you. Feel that stretch from the inner border of your left shoulder blade. Push the floor away through the right hand. Open back up. Inhale. And then exhale, hand down. Okay, we're gonna take a dolphin pose. This is such a great way to turn on the whole shoulder girdle putting some strength in there. First, press your hands together and feel that pressure, and then take your arms alongside your cheeks and just feel how much you have to really work to keep the elbows from flaring out, and feel that integration of arms into shoulders. And we're gonna take that down now to the mat. So get your elbows a little more narrow than your shoulders. You can press down, you can press together with the hands. Relax the back of the neck. And then as you start to press the floor away through the elbows and forearms, you're gonna feel your shoulder blades start to move away from each other. Tuck your toes and then lift the hips. So trying to get the hips as high as you can over the shoulders. Lean into your forearms. Trust that you can support yourself. Keep pushing the floor away. Big, huge opener for the whole back line of your body. Take a breath in and exhale, let it out. Take another breath in and let it out. Beautiful. Set the knees down. Take a moment in child's pose. So sit the hips back towards the butt. Let the forehead come to a floor or the block if the floor feels a little far. And then maybe take a prayer position overhead, feeling a little stretch on your triceps as you energetically drag your elbows back. Breathe into your back body and let it out your mouth if that feels inviting. And then come on up to stand. Start to move a little bit bigger now. Okay, so getting ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips, hips over knees, knees over heels. Here we are. Feel the tripod of your feet, big ball mound, pinky ball mound, and heel. Feel the weight spread equally over those 3 points. Root the tailbone down. Inhale, reach forward. Stop here when you're reaching forward. And then feel the shoulder blades move away as you reach just another 1/2 inch. And then let the arms come up. Notice if your ribs want to push forward as you reach the arms up. Resist that. So this upward glide of the shoulder blades can happen. And then exhale, sit back into your hips, hands come down. Sit the right foot back and lower the right knee and the top of the right foot. You can always have a little extra cushion under your knee if you need, putting a blanket there or whatever. And then lifting up so that the shoulder is on top of the hip, hip is on top of the knee. And then here we go, rolling up, back and down, one at a time, mobilizing around the ribs, around the shoulders. We're elevating, we're retracting, we're depressing. Getting this fluidity into this area is so good. Bring the hands forward and down, step the front foot to the back, walk your knees back a little bit, get yourself lined up in a kneeling plank. Draw the front body towards the back body, engage around your sit bones a little bit to keep yourself stable as you resist the floor. And bend the elbows, feel the shoulder blades start to lightly draw together. Try and land in one piece. Keep the heads of the arm bones, the shoulders lifted the whole time. And then you're gonna exaggerate the lift as you press the pubic bone down, pull the hands back, lift the heart a little more. Exhale to come down. Tuck the toes, get firm, so strong through the core, strong through the glutes, and then push the ground away, lift the hips, push up and away with the hands, walk the feet in a little bit. Feel that the weight in your feet and your hands is equal, and then pedal your feet out a few times. Take a breath in and out. And then we're just gonna do some scapular shrugs here. So pushing even more through your hands, feeling the upward rotation of your shoulder blades up your back ribs, and then settling them down, letting them slide down your back ribs, relaxing it a little bit. Pushing up and away, drawing the front body towards the back, and then letting it settle down. So you're scrubbing your back ribs with your shoulder blades, but there is strength involved. Gripping the mat with your finger pads, shrugging up, and then relaxing a bit. Okay, good. And then take a breath in here. And then as you exhale, step your left foot forward, lower the right knee and the top of the foot. And then go back, because that was wrong. You're stepping your right foot forward. It's fine. We make mistakes in life. We course correct. It's good. Come on up. Right leg is forward, left knee is down, and we shoulder roll. Ooh, yeah. You can get your head and neck a little involved if you'd like. And then hands come forward. Step the back foot to meet the front. Sit back in your butt. Inhale, reach forward. Feel the shoulder blades move away and then up. Inhale. Exhale to hinge. Sit back and down. This time the left foot steps back first, lower the left knee, but not the left toes if that feels okay. And then we're gonna let the arms, the shoulders, have some more freedom by adding a swing. Alternating arm swings, letting the shoulders be a little free here and keeping stable in our base. So dragging the front foot and the back knee towards each other, drawing the belly in, just letting this be around the ribs. And then left arm stays forward, right arm stays back, and we turn this into a twist for a moment. Left hand comes down onto a block or the floor underneath the shoulder. As you lean into that hand, feel that the left shoulder blade starts to draw into the spine a little bit. You're reaching up, take a breath in, and then exhale, a little hook of this front arm and the front leg, looking down at the floor. Inhale, lean into the left shoulder, open up. And then exhale, coil in, draw the belly away from the thigh and hook this front thigh. One more time, inhale and exhale. Good. Lift back up. And we're turning this into a goddess position. So lift back into this twist, left arm forward. And we're gonna change our arms and lift up to face the other way. So we're turning to the left. Left arm starts to sweep to the back, right arm comes towards the front. We're in a goddess pose. We have knees and toes going in the same direction. And we have arms in this soft T. So the elbows are nice and soft. And then drawing the shoulder blades together and then letting them settle back in a neutral. Together and letting them settle. And notice as you do this, if you're punching your front ribs forward at all. Try and mitigate that by making it a little smaller and really making this all about the shoulder blades. Maybe adding a little speed. Waking up right behind the heart. So good. For 3 and 2 and 1. Hands to your hips. We're going to turn back towards the front of the mat to pivot on the back ball of the foot. So now we're in a crescent lunge. Your right foot somewhere on your right side of the mat, left foot's on the left side of the mat. Draw the tailbone down, and then again, this universal fist forward. Reach the fingers forward, and then settle it back. Reach them forward, settle it back. A few more times. So again, stability in your base. Keep your left glute fired up. Reach it forward and then back. Good. And then arms come down to your sides. We'll turn it open to a warrior 2. So now the front foot and knee are tracking in the same line. It doesn't have to be directly forward. It can be at a little angle. You just want the knees and toes in the same line. Draw the tailbone down. And then arms out to T again in little circles here. So really just putting some energy, some life into our shoulder area with these tiny little circles. And then go the other way. Take a breath. Left arm comes around your low back, front palm flips, and we reverse peaceful warrior. Reach up and back. Breathe into your right ribs. Come up through center. Inhale. Right forearm lightly lands. So good to get this side opening. Left arm up and over the cheek. Palm points down. Good. And then look at the floor. Hands will come down. Step the right foot to meet the left. You're in a downward facing dog. Good. And then on your next exhale, step the left foot forward. Lift on up. Here is your low lunge, lowering the right knee. Right glutes fired up, and we let the arms swing. Getting some freedom, some fluidity in the shoulders. Keep drawing the belly in, reaching up through the crown of the head. And then right arm stays forward, left arm stays back, a little twist for a moment. Right hand to a block or to the ground underneath the right shoulder. Feel the right shoulder blade drawing in as you reach the left arm up. And then exhale to hook this front leg with the front arm, your left arm. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hook. Put a little resistance between the forearm and the thigh for a moment. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, hook. One more time to reach up, And then we'll turn this back into this twist, right arm forward, left arm back. And we're gonna pivot 180 degrees, turn to the right for your goddess. Yeah. And then this time, a little bit more of a bend in the elbows, so it's a goalpost shape, and just drawing back, back, back. So kind of like we did earlier, but just more of a bend in the elbows. Waking up through the shoulders for 3, 2, and 1. Hands to your hips, pivot to the front. On the ball of the back foot, you're in your crescent lunge, right glutes fired up, hands into a universal fist, change the grip so that the thumb that isn't natural goes on top, and then punch away. So everything else stays the same, it's the upper middle back that has a change here, and then soften. Punch, feel your shoulder blades protracting, moving away, and then settle them back. 2 more times, punch, ooh, and settle back, and punch, and settle back. Awesome. Okay, opening up into Warrior 2. Finding your alignment here, making sure the right and left hip point are on the same line. Little circles, maybe faster. And then the other direction. And then right arm around your low back, flip the front palm and reverse. Breathe into your left ribs. Come up with control through center, inhale. Left forearm down on the left thigh, right arm up and over, palm facing the floor. Breathe into your right ribs. Beautiful. Look down at the floor, step the back foot to meet the front. Come on down to your butt. And we're gonna take one last little move here for a supine twist. So you can be on your right side. You're gonna have an option to either keep the legs stacked on top of one another, or if you'd like to have the bottom leg extended, you can bring a block underneath your knee and shin for a little support, but ideally it's not weighting down, pulling on your low back, okay? So take the option that feels best for you. The right arm's gonna be out on the floor with the palm facing up. You can have a blanket or a block under your head if you'd like a little support for the head there. And then left hand tries to meet the right. It might not quite fully get there. And you start to reach the arm up over your head and behind you, bending the elbow a little bit as it comes around. So getting this full range of motion on the left shoulder, stretching the pec that connects from the breastbone to the head of the arm bone. Getting that nice stretch as it comes around. You can take the head with you a little bit if it wants to. And then wherever it feels best for this left arm to land, I like it out to the left, but you might keep it closer to your body. A place where you can breathe for a couple breaths. You might be looking up or to the side. One more breath in. Very nice. And then take your time to go to the other side. Coming onto the left outer hip, either extending that bottom leg and finding support under the knee and shin, or keeping the legs stacked. Left arm stretches out, right arm on top, and then we start to, kind of like you're taking off a shirt, bringing the arm up, back, and around. So this is kind of like a backstroke. Letting that feel nice for a few rounds and then finding a place for the arm to land. Taking your gaze wherever it wants to go that feels supportive. And remembering that most of us are working with asymmetries, so your shoulders might not feel the same. And that's okay. It's a great thing to build that bodily awareness though. Take another breath in. Soften your jaw and let it out. And then come on to your back for a Shavasana, putting anything under your knees that you might want for support of your low back, like blocks or pillows, or you can have your legs splayed out. Arms can be out to the sides or they can be on your body, wherever feels natural for you right now. But just take these last few minutes to let your body just be a body on the floor, absorbing all of its efforts. So take a nice big inhale. Exhale out your mouth. And just think about all the ways the shoulders support you throughout your day, how they move things from your hands up your arms into your core. They express your heart out through your arms. They carry, they move, they do all these things. So just taking a moment to say thank you, shoulders. Thank you, body. Take another breath in and let something go as you exhale. Relax the skin of your face and be here for as long as you can. Thank you so much for letting me guide you through this practice. I hope it serves you well. Namaste.